Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. We're starting early today because we have a little bit more to do than normal. So what we're going to do first and foremost is just finish our thief run from yesterday. As you can see, we were on the 5th floor and we were doing pretty well, and that's why I just wanted to finish it up before we start Disco Elysium for the day, because I really do want to play that game, but I also want to get this out of the way first. Yeah, we're looking good. So just a reminder, counterfeit, lockpick, kunai, and this is the real star of the show, kunai, healing crystal, dagger, and hacksaw. And I said if I can get an upgrade, it will be on hacksaw. So, warlock or banshee? Warlock is probably going to be better. I don't know what counter we were on. But the warlock doesn't do that much damage, so this should be fine. What are you doing? Now I need to remember how to do all this. So let's, oh, I put lockpick and hacksaw. Wow. Do that. Now all I need to do is uptick these twice. And, yeah, this is damage. I'm not really concerned right now with healing. We're at a good amount of health, and Warlock isn't much of a damage dealer. Confuse, ugh, Curse, that's not good. Curse is really bad for us. These have been swapped around. This min 3 is Hacksaw. Ooh, Curse though. One of these is Counterfeit. I don't know which one. One of these is Healing Crystal and the other one's Dagger. This one's definitely Kunai. I really want to bait out... oh sorry, that's not what I wanted. I really want to bait out the... Okay, that was Counterfeit. That's good. If I can bait out... Oh, so this must be a lockpick then. I need to bait out the curses. Okay. I think that was Healing Crystal. Then this one would be Dagger, most likely. Yeah, okay, cool. Still a pretty decent turn. Hopefully he just doesn't get... Whoa. Okay, no curse. That's good. I can take burn. Burn's fine. I'll take burn. Just got confused again. That kind of sucks. Which of these? This is either counterfeit or lockpick. It doesn't really matter. It was lockpick. Counterfeit. This will be hacksaw, right? Yeah, great. And then we can trips, and then we can put it all into dagger, which will be one of these. I don't know, even if we heal, it's not that bad. Okay, that's dagger. This is kunai, which is fine. I think we actually have lethal damage. Let's see, 4 plus 9, so that will be 13. Plus 2, yeah. So we can do this. And then I want to heal. That, yeah. And then we definitely have lethal damage. This will be this, 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 and then... Yeah. Cool. Not too bad, you just need to be aware and alert of your build. This probably won't take too long to... Oh, that's Rotten Apple, I didn't realize. Oh my goodness. Okay. Rotten Apple shouldn't be too bad, as long as we don't let him get his countdown. Hello, Catherine. Okay, counterfeit, lockpick, hacksaw, and then we're gonna uptick twice. Cool, and then we're just gonna kunai. Not too worried about my health, because he's only going to do one, or he's going to hurt me a lot. But I think we'll be able to get him. That's not too bad. Okay. Anyway, we're going to just be finishing this run, and then it's going to be... what's it called? Disco Elysium. How much damage do we have here? Quite a lot. Yeah, we'll beat him next turn, definitely. And he doesn't have enough to get his Russian core, so that's fine. Run core is just scary. Cool, and this should definitely do it. I could even get in some healing if I wanted to. Anyway, as you can see, we have a lot of dice. A lot of dice. I'm just going to healing crystal with one of them. And then we can start hurting him. Now let's beat him with a 1. Haha. Loser. Hey, why is a dice like an apple? They both have pips, do you see? He is quite a rotten apple, that fellow. Health. Is there an upgrade here? Please? No. Another lockpick, though. That would be funny. Here? Detonator? It's actually really good if we were doing a poison build. If we had poison... I can't remember what it's called now. But it's the one that, adds 1 poison. Yeah, if we had that, then that would be fantastic. We can definitely do a very good poison build with the thief. I'm just not so into it. Anyway, this is pretty ideal for us. As it stands, I would get more out of doing this. Yeah, and then it doesn't matter. Come on, there we go. Kunai is so good. Absolutely disgusting if you know how to use it. How are you, Catherine? Shriek. I want the curse. That's not cool. Freeze doesn't scare me whatsoever. Doesn't really matter which one of these we get. Ooh. Okay, well, I'm glad I got the curse out of the way. Yeah, let's just do this. Ooh, that was a terrifying amount of damage. And then we should have you beaten next turn, Banshee. Silence is fine. That means we can't uptick, I believe. We also can't trips, which isn't great. Is this gonna be gone? Yep. Okay, that's fine. So there is a curse on us. I'd like to get that out of the way. Okay. Wow, really? Still. Yeah, there we go. We got it. Oh, but I put it on the wrong one. That's very unfortunate. Would have actually been more beneficial if I had got it on the other one. Oh well. It doesn't matter because we level up after this. And I don't think she can take us out this turn. So it doesn't... it's not that big of a deal. And actually we got curse back. I mean, not curse. Well, we did get curse back, but we got trips back, and that's really what I wanted. We can also force... I'm gonna try baiting out the curse. Oh my goodness. It's just not arriving. It's just not arriving. There we go. So now we can also set this to what we need it to be. Which would ideally be 5. We can't actually do that so easily. So we... I wonder if I can get it. So I have to do this very quickly. Maybe I can get it. I don't know if they counted. Otherwise, we spend a turn. How's uni going, man? Mega Lasagna, what's up? Not too bad. I mean, I'm actually at the end of my year now. So my exams, my final exams for the year start. My first one's on the 9th of November. And then there's nothing here, right? And then it's pretty chill. And then most of them are clustered around the 20th of November, or like around, give or take, a week. So I don't have much left for this year. Still have a little bit more to do this week, but otherwise it's not too bad. I mean, I have quite a bit to catch up on just because of the nature of getting lazy when distance learning is a thing. And, you know, there's just some stuff I need to catch up on, but I have basically a month to study for my exams, and I'm feeling pretty good about them, actually. I have quite a lot of marks to fall back on as well. I've not been doing badly at all. So, I mean, humble brag, but hey, like, when is the year ending? The year officially ends, for me, I think, okay, so my final exam, I believe, is the 27th of November. But they officially ended on like the 16th of December or something like that. Or 15th of December, but I won't have anything to do between 27 November and 15 December. So yeah, thank you for asking. How's your year going, Mega Lasagna? Hi, I'm Madison. I only have one more fight to win before I qualify for my beating Dice easily in boss fights badge. I don't think Madison's ever beaten me, so that's hilarious. Lockpick. Counterfeit. Are we gonna go for a turn 1? We're gonna go for a turn 1 kill. Can we even? Because, well, we would spend two of these, and then everything would be a 2. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I could get 3 more, so 10. 10 times 4, it would be 40. Then we would probably win next round. Yeah, that's worth it. Let's do that. And then uptick one more time. Trips. Cool. So we'll take a bit of damage. That's fine. I hope my maths is... Yeah, exactly 40. Cool. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Seems like I do a maths degree. Which I technically do. I do a lot of different stuff in my degree. Cool. Counterfeit. Pick. Axel. And I think we have lethal. Let me just count. So this will be 2 plus 2 plus 4. I'm in my senior year in high school, 18 years old, yeah. And do it via Zoom. My year is finishing on the... Whoa, that's the American way of writing. The 21st of June. Always wondered how the process of college works. Well, I mean, it's obviously different because I live in South Africa and we follow the calendar year. But it also varies by course, here at least. So all of my courses in the Faculty of Science are done asynchronously, so they basically upload a resource or a video or some notes, and I just have to read them in my own time or watch them in my own time. It's the same for my English course, although that's a little bit sillier. It's just going to be reading. But I did some classes with the University of Texas for English because I was like invited to a little intercontinental teaching opportunity, I suppose, lesson opportunity. And they did it live. So the University of Texas, I know, did their classes live over Zoom. I can say that much. And then I had to stay up at 10:30 to attend their lessons on Zoom, and they would end at like midnight. So I've done 2 of those, and I think I have a few more left as well. And we were talking about Hamlet, and that was really cool. It was really cool. I'll talk about it in a second, actually. Let me just finish this up. I think we're good. Yeah, I'll take the damage. And then that should be it. Yeah. No, missed it by 1. Oh well. So we were talking about Hamlet for the last week, and we actually got to talk to and ask questions and ask the person questions. I don't know why I placed the object in a weird place in that sentence. Yeah, limit break. That's great. That's great, dude. Yeah, so there was a famous playwright, relatively famous, very prolific playwright from England named Mark Norfolk, who we got to talk to, who's done an adaptation of Hamlet, like quite a well-reputed one. Oh my goodness, there's an eyelash in my eye. And that was really cool. That was worth staying up for. This week they're studying Julius Caesar, which I haven't read, and I also don't need to read for my courses, but I'll read it anyway just to participate in their classes. Cool, we beat Uptick, episode 3 of The Thief. Okay, now I need to pivot over to Disco Elysium. So give me a second. Where am I? Which scene am I going to? Let's go to this scene. What's up? This is my face. Let's go to... Well, yeah, I have to close this, and then now I have to open Disco Elysium. I'm also going to update the stream information. I'll do that in a second. Just need Disco Elysium to open. But yeah, I think I'll answer your question. Or at least explain my situation with it. There are classes that do live learning as well in my university, but I'm not part of any of them, so. Correct. And also, I think my lecturers all gave up on that idea that we were disciplined first years. I've not been too bad, but there are some courses that I really have not been keeping up with, namely maths. But I mean, it's algebra and calculus. It's split into two of them. But I've been keeping up well enough to be tested and to test okay. So yeah, it's not been easy. It's not been particularly fun, but sometimes it's nice. Sometimes it's nice. I mean, it was probably great for the first 4 months, maybe. Yeah, let's say 4 months. But after that, I was kind of getting a bit burnt out. I've explained it before, how it's not only requires more discipline, but it actually requires more physical energy, based on the way learning works. I'm just gonna update the title. I always have to think of something funny for the titles. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this one. While the game is loading. There we go. But yeah, it takes more physical energy to actually take that level of control over your studies, because you have to actively seek out the resources, then you have to engage with it in a way that you wouldn't usually engage with it. Like, it's not the same as walking into a lecture hall and sitting down for an hour and a half and saying, oh, I'm just gonna tune out every now and then and just, listen, just take in the information. You actually have to, because you're wanting to take notes, because you're accessing that resource on its own, you're wanting to take notes, you're wanting to listen more closely. Some people won't. Some people will just be like, okay, time to click in, and then kind of tune out. But you also have to read things as well for most of my things. They come with the notes, so it's not the same. You have to put in more effort. So if we had done it for just like those first 4 months, and then returned to campus, I think it would have been more manageable, and most of us probably wouldn't have burnt out as much as we, I guess, are burnt out now. I can at least speak for myself in that regard, but yeah, I mean, that wasn't really feasible. I go to a public university, so there are way too many first years to even think about letting onto campus during a pandemic. And that's just how it is. I think the music volume's okay. I see my CPU usage is a little high at the moment. That's just because it started the game, it's loading it, and I had to update the stream title and everything, I'm guessing. How is it different from high school? I can still only speak for South African, but basically I'm doing a bachelor degree, a Bachelor of Science. So that's a 3-year degree. So first year you'll have like the most number of people, and in the Faculty of Science you have to do a double major, which means by 3rd year you have to have 2 subjects essentially. And one of them can be from outside the faculty, and I use that to study English. But the idea, for example, a very common structure, because I study computer science, so a very common structure is studying computer science and applied mathematics. So then the idea is that by the end of 3rd year, or by 3rd year, you'll be studying only computer science and only applied mathematics, or computational applied mathematics is the full name of the course. So first year you would take 4 subjects, and those will be split into further courses as well. So I do Maths 1, which is calculus and algebra, first year calculus and algebra. Those are 2 separate courses. And why I'm specifying that they're 2 separate courses is that they're managed by different people, and you have to go to different websites, for example, to access them, and there's a lot of stuff like that. Although they're tested at the same time usually, so there's some crossover there. Then I also do computer science, which it was split into 4 courses, and each would last 1 semester of 2. Yo, what's up, Barry? Hope I'm not too late. Definitely not. We just started basically the main topic of this stream, which is Disco Elysium. I was just finishing a run in Dicey Dungeons, which is a roguelike. So I started the stream early, actually. But, Joyce's info on lynching, there is something she wants to tell you. You just have to present her with your badge, or perhaps if you did her a favor. Yeah, whatever the case needs. I'm just going to try to finish explaining this now. So computer science, for the first semester, so like the first half of the year, I had to do basic computer organization, which was one course, and what was it called? Introduction to algorithms? Something like that. So basically a programming and a theory course. So I did those. Then second semester I did I've been doing introduction to data structures and algorithms. Doing good, man. Been meaning to ask, how's Disco Elysium? It's fantastic. I've really been enjoying it. If you like tabletop RPGs, so good. So good. It really hits those. And it's kind of deep as well. And deep as in it's serious. It's not a light game. It's not a light-hearted game. But yeah. Introduction to data structures and algorithms, and then discrete computational systems. Yes. Which is also another theory course. Theory and practical, basically. Oh, hell yeah, definitely will give it a try. Barry, it's currently on sale on Steam, actually. I saw that there was a weekend deal, so you could grab it if you wanted. Otherwise, I think we have family sharing on, so you can borrow it. Is that your first year in college? Almost finished talking about my courses. So I said maths, computer science. Then I also do English, which is basically it's an elective, so I chose to do it. I could have chosen basically any other course. But yeah. It's a bit intricate. But English, I did... So the first semester was global literature and film, which involves studying in the first term Indian literature and film, and then in the second term it was South African literature. Yeah, there you go. Then this last semester has been English literature and context, which was the first term was American literature, and then the second term was British literature. So then my last subject, so that was English and all its courses. Then my last subject was computational applied mathematics. That is split into 4 topics, but it's one course. So it's a bit of a weird one. This is not how it works everywhere, and it probably isn't how it works in America, but this is how it works here. So computational applied mathematics involves numerics 1, optimization 1, modeling 1, as in mathematical modeling, and mechanics 1. And the last 2 topics I've been doing this semester were modeling and mechanics 1. Whew, yeah. So in order to do computer science, I needed to do maths. What does a course give you? It gives you points. It gives you points, and you need a certain number of points to complete your degree. My degree with the courses I'm doing should be finished in 3 years, and then I can do an honors year. And I actually kind of want to do more. I want to get a master's and see if I want to do it even after that. So yeah, that's basically it. I'll answer any other questions, but I do need to also play the game. Yeah, what am I going to do now? Apparently we're communists. We discovered that last time. We're going to try to revive communism. That's what the game has put into our heads. I think. Well, we didn't internalize the thought. Oh, so it's like a video game. You get points and then you buy... you buy with them a degree. It's a video game that is a lot of grinding. Okay, take a breath. Breathing isn't the problem, but I will take a sip of water. Alright, this is just a bit of bottled water. What are our objectives for today? We could either investigate the drug trade. This has to be done at night. Yeah. I am scouting around to do voice acting as a side job. Should I go for it? Definitely. Definitely, man. I don't know the first thing about getting a job. As that, we can't see the game. Oh, I forgot to... Sorry. I forgot to put it on the right scene. My bad. But I spoke about it. I guess that makes my explanation a little bit easier to track because there wasn't anything going on your screens. You didn't miss much, just by the way. I just went into my journal, basically. Here's our thought cabinet. We have not started internalizing communism. This is what that thought would be. Thank you for the help, by the way. I don't know if I would have noticed. I honestly can't say I would have noticed. What are we going to investigate? Getting the body down. We have to access the harbor. Joyce had information on this, but she couldn't tell us yet. We did ask. This seems like it'll take a while. Get a reality lowdown. There's more questions to ask. We won't do that yet. Pay for damages we can't do. We have no money. In fact, if we can find a plastic bag, that'd be great. So, like, you take a course and then you do, like, homework and move on to the next and at your own pace. Not really at your own pace, because there are assessments and assignments and you have to pass them overall in order to get into the next one. Into the next year, rather. If you don't, then you have to repeat them, and that'll stop you from doing some courses because a lot of them require other courses. For example, in order to do computer science, I have to take maths. Yeah, and that's inevitable. So I can't do second year. I don't believe I can do second year computer science if I fail maths. Thank goodness I'm not failing maths. Yeah, you can't really do it at your own pace. Sure, you can study at your own pace, but you do have to meet the deadlines for the assessments and the assignments. And if those two happen to line up nicely, great. If not, better figure out how to do those assessments and assignments, bud. Basically it. So yeah. And then your exams will constitute quite a lot of your, usually quite a lot of your mark. This year they've toned it down a little bit because I can't, what's the word? This is a nice song. There's money here. Should I just take it? They can't invigilate it. So yeah. Yeah, but what if theoretically you fail maths? How do you get back on track? You do maths again. You do it for a second. You do it again. That's it. I don't know if you can move on. I don't know if they'll let you try the next year. But usually you have to repeat like basically everything. If it's a co-requisite, then you're kind of screwed. Otherwise, you could change degrees.
Work. Shame on you.
Oh, this is the scab leader. Oh yeah. I did not have further queries. Can I just leave? He looks annoyed. Things are busy enough. Are you going to waste less of my time? We'll see. I'm just going to leave now. What exactly is your goal here? What is a strike? You don't have any tips on how to punch a guy out, do you? What exactly is your goal here? Let's figure that out. We were promised work. You pointed at the gates. We'd be in there working if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. And you are unable to breach the entrance. Each course costs money. Yeah. Yeah, that adds up to your first year tuition. And then also textbooks, but I actually don't need many textbooks. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. He points upstairs. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. He points at the dock worker idling on the staircase. I mean head measurer or whatever his name is. Wait, head measurer? No, it's measure head. If you consider storming in like all of you, why don't you just talk to them? Like civilized folk, you mean? The man rubs his chin. These these natives don't understand civilized. It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway. No, they will give up eventually, or get drunk, leave the button unguarded, then we charge. The man rubs his drawers, a perfect lightly bearded square wedge. Okay, you don't have any tips, I'm going to end the conversation there. Let's take a look at Measurehead again. There's definitely, we have goals. We definitely have goals, and I need to figure out how to reach them. Stuff back here that I wouldn't mind exploring personally. So an option here is to absorb, or what's it, internalize his ideology. Definitely not going to do that. I think you can play this game how you want to. So if you don't want to do that, it should be fine. We can't level up, can we? I don't believe so. Might as well check. No, we can't. We're not far off though. So I kind of want to level up perception, because there's something that's been gnawing at me. We need to get through the harbor though. Okay, so you basically take courses that you buy, you get points for completing the homework, and then you move on to the next, and then there's a test sometimes. I think I'm going to understand a bit. I'm starting to understand, sorry. It's not so much that you do the homework. Usually the homework doesn't count for anything. It's just so that you can get an understanding for the work, and it's really the tests and assignments and assessments that matter. But yeah, I think you've grasped it basically. You can do a structured degree, which will basically say this is everything you're going to study for the next couple of years, and then you can get a very fixed idea of what you want to do. I do a general degree in Bachelor of Science, which means that I can pick and choose. So long as everything adds up points-wise. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do next. We can explore the whirling and rags for a second. That might be an idea. So then why do you need to give in homework? You don't, usually. Usually homework is done in tutorials. For us. So I need to preface that all of this is for South African university, and specifically my university, which I'm not prepared to disclose yet. So basically you'll end up doing those in tutorials, like homework in tutorials. And it's basically just for you to check that you understand the work most of the time, and to prepare you for tests and whatnot, and quizzes. As it stands, for some of my courses, actually most of my courses, I get a test or a quiz a week. Oh, we got an idea for a second there, on the stage. Nothing, leave it. Just get a thought. This feels right, you belong here. On the stage, singing. Yeah, you don't usually have to give in homework. It's only assignments and assessments that you have to submit. But you can work with tutors and say, hey, this is what I'm struggling with, could you check it for me? And then they'll say, yeah, usually. Give you an idea. A test a week, and if you fail, then you need to wait a year. Yeah, but, okay, I'm making it sound worse than it is. You don't wait a year, you just have to redo the year. So, it varies course by course. Always figure out what the requirements for your course are. Usually you can read a course outline, and you can figure out, hey, this is what's, the door is closed, try the handle. This door can only be opened with a key from the inside. Okay, knock. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on somewhere inside. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. Wow. So for example, some of my courses will say like, oh yeah, we're going to do 7 quizzes this semester, and we're going to discard the worst mark and then average it, and they'll make up that percentage of your thing. So let's say quizzes count 20% of your final mark. Then we'll also have 3 tests, and we'll discard the worst of the 3, and that'll make up another 20%. And then the exam will count 30%, and then this assignment, for example, will count the rest. And then you'll look at your mark, and if it's above 50, then you can pass to the next year. Yeah. But you need to be doing pretty well to get access to certain programs. Like, you can't be getting 50s for things and then expect to get a master's degree. I'm so alone. Why are you doing this? Don't do this to me. Beauty, don't abandon me in all this ugliness. Follow the emotion. I'm so alone. The door is indifferent to your loneliness. The world does not care. Knock again. Did I say leave? Oops, that was a mistake. I don't think we can click on this. Oh well. Yep. I wish we had a plastic bag to collect bottles in and then sell. Damn, but if you pass everything and then at the final one you failed, then you need to wait a year. You don't necessarily need to fail, depends how, if you pass everything well, and you fail the final exam, usually, I mean, you can talk to lecturers and say, listen, I did really well in everything else, I don't know why I failed the exam. And they'll say, okay, that makes sense, and we do see that you did well in everything else. Maybe we could organize some sort of supplementary exam or assessment. Otherwise, it really depends on the course requirements again. So for example, my exams for one of my courses weighted 30%. So if I got 100% for everything else, I would be getting a nice pass even if I didn't write the exam. And that's how it is. As it stands, I'm not getting 100% for that course, so I can't exactly say I'm going to skip the exam. But I think I'll pass regardless of how I perform. Really? I think I'll be fine. Yeah. I'm doing a lot better than some people. The average for one of the tests was 19%. And I think I got much higher than that. I got 70, I think. 70%. It should have been 76. I made one tiny little typo. It should have been 76. Oh well. I've wasted a lot of daytime. I think. I don't know. Has the actual clock moved? I think it only moves when I'm talking to people or something. I'm not sure. We need to figure out how to meet some objectives. It looks like we've explored everything that we can at the Whirling and Rags for now. So I managed to confirm at least that. At least that much. What are we going to do next? So if you fail a few times, you need to stay another year, plus you can skip exams. There's a thing called... Now, I can't quite remember what the actual name of it is, but you can't fail... You can't do a degree for more than n plus 2 years. So n is the number of years that is like... Consider it, you know in golf you have par? That's par. N is par for that degree. So my Bachelor of Science is 3 years. So I can take a maximum of 5 years to complete it, otherwise they're going to kick me out. Or just say, listen, you're clearly not trying, so get out. Use the N. Yeah. Really, there's a really silly little expression that goes, first year's the best 3 years of your life. Do not spend more time on first year than necessary. Pass it the first time. Also, each year you cut out a subject. I forgot to say that. That's how it is here. So I currently have 4 subjects. Next year I'm going to cut one. And then the next year I'm going to cut another one. And those will be my 2 majors by the end of my degree. And those will be what my degree says. Like I'll say, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and English. That's the plan. And I could do an honors year and something. I don't know. Subjects equals majors? Yeah. Yeah, it does. Basically. Basically. Sometimes you'll take something from outside your subject if you need to supplement it. I don't know, that's more common in the Faculty of Humanities than it is in the Faculty of Sciences. But yeah. Like, for example, if you're trying to finish a psych degree and you don't have enough credits, you might say, oh, I'll take one of the first year English courses. And then you can do that to just build up your points. And then you can graduate. Talking to career counselors and counselors for your faculty / degree is the best way to figure all this stuff out. You'll come up with a plan. You'll first figure out what you want to do. Then you can structure your degree around that, and then you can come up with a plan about how to get there. Talking to professors as well is also a pretty good idea. Also, I use the word professor. It doesn't mean lecturer. They're not equivalent. Here at least. Professor is a title that you earn after getting at least a PhD. That's a fact. Here, unless you're in accounting. For some reason, accounting is an exception to all this. But usually, it'll go... The level of seniority within the academic circles in South Africa are undergraduate, or graduate, so you finished your bachelor's. Then you did an honors degree, so you're an honors student. Then you did a master's, so you got a master's. Then you can get a PhD, so you're a doctor. Then you have to work and do a lot of research and lecturing, and then eventually you can become a professor. And then if you are a professor for a long enough period of time, then you can become, I think it's Professor Emeritus. which means really experienced professor, essentially. So it's like playing a video game and finishing the final levels, but then wanting to fully complete the first level to get points. It's more like, no. It's more like... Good way of thinking about it. Let's say you want to do a Pokemon challenge run, and you had 4 Pokemon, and you're like, I'm going to beat the game with these 4 Pokemon. And you got to the final, and you got to like near the Elite Four, and they said you need to have a flying type. You need to have some more Pokemon than just these 4 to even get to battle the rest of them. And you're like, okay, I'll pick up an extra Pokemon, level it up a little bit, and then I won't even use it in the actual battles. That's a bit closer. Can you give me some of it? Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out. He flips a coin toward you. Hand-eye coordination. Try to catch it. Let it fall on the ground. Let's go for it. Yay! We passed. Nice. The coin lands in your hand as if it has always belonged there. Well, it returns. Appreciated. Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to nods towards the protesters. You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing though. The union has problems getting by. Every little bit helps, you know. Gotta spend money to make money. The union has problems getting by. Not necessarily. It depends on your familiarity with the work. It's just a separate thing. It's a separate thing. That's how it basically is. Second year courses generally require you to have some knowledge from a first year course. Like you can't take a second year computer science course if you haven't completed first year computer science courses, and that's really the reason for that. That's why you wouldn't usually take a second year course if you're in your third year in order to complete it, because that would mean that you probably missed a course in order to get that. So it's easier to pick up a first year course and get the knowledge from that, you know. I hope I'm explaining myself well. There's no barrier of entry for most first year courses. That's basically it. Nothing to worry about really. The jam's a bit of a mess. Cargo can't get in or out. The rationing is a bit stricter as well. Supplies should last the strike though. Every little bit helps, you know. I'm always glad to help when possible, not like these slithering scabs. He looks at them in disbelief. Good talking to you. Gotta run. We got some money. That's good. That's something. It seems like only talking to people will increment the clock. That's interesting. So the work technically in a second year course is harder. I can't really speak too much to this because I haven't done any of them, but I've looked at requirements and whatnot. So if you fail quite a lot in the course assignments projects, then you got to stay another year. For sure, yeah. And if you've already been doing that for a while, then they'll probably dismiss you, actually. The best way to avoid failing is to avoid failing. Study. Just study, do the assignments on time. Don't stress yourself out unnecessarily by leaving things to the last minute. This is all silly things that people say, not knowing how procrastination actually works. Magnesium, I'll take. Oh, and we got a bit of money. Procrastination is a bit more complicated than just saying, oh, just do it earlier, dude. But you can kind of do it the way you want to. You can say, okay, I'm just going to do the bare minimum to pass, and that'll be fine. But if you want to do more in the academic field, then you have to say, well, listen, I want to do a bit more than pass. Oh, there's a perception check here. You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Why am I looking at this? Visual calculus. Reconstruct the movement. What kind of vehicle drove through? Let's try it. Aw, damn. Okay. No, these tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away. Okay. What kind of vehicle drove through here? Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover. Why am I looking at this? I'll have it. You look at everything. Okay. This isn't case related. Yeah, no, I'm not implying that you're failing. I'm just saying, if you were in the process of doing university, I'd say pick your poison. But yeah, you know, just do it the way you want to do it, but preferably by passing. Don't say, oh, it's a free year, I'll just try again next year. You know, don't do that. Don't do that. Not pleasant. Yeah, there's a really fantastic series of blog posts that I read recently. Can't remember his last name, but the guy's name is Tim. It's on the blog Wait But Why. Oh yeah, I do remember that as well. Maybe I'll even post that to the Discord. But Wait But Why has 3 blog posts on procrastination that I really recommend reading. They're fantastic. And they mostly serve to just get an understanding of how it works, or to simplify how it works into a more conceivable idea. But it also provides some suggestions about how to avoid it. A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. Knock. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response. Knock again. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
This is the police. Open the door.
Police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
But I'm not joking. The hallways echo with her cackle.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any
How's it called?
more strangers getting into the building.
I don't really know what you mean.
Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
She trails off, leaving the sentence unfinished. Backyard door, there must be another entrance to the east. Kim, tell her we're real policemen.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
Lieutenant repeats dutifully. There's no reply, just faint sweeping. Okay. To the east, he said. Okay, maybe something here. The blog post. Waitbutwhy.com. To the east. Maybe there's a door here that I missed. Oh yeah, we didn't go into a shop, I don't think. There was a shop. Oh wait, there's something up here. Ah! This is a whole new area that we haven't explored. Oh, it's the area behind here.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep.
You're not asleep. You know, as. Logic error, she's not sleeping right now.
Pigs come to take me out.
So-
Trying to snuff me out.
No, why would you even say that? Are you sleeping right now? I'm gonna talk to her again. Or can I not? Autosave. Okay, I wonder why that happened. If you go on a hose, this won't be of use until the snow melts. Huh. If you need a link, I'll post it later in the previous channel or something. I don't know. Chairs and tables. What's this? Balcony with a view to the yard and the hanging. Smoker up there could be a witness. Talk to him. And spreading of bullet holes on this wall. Okay, and this is it. Found it. Great. They get longer as the, with each one, but they're really great. I definitely recommend reading them. Half full of rainwater. Interesting. There's something down here. Perhaps. What's this? Orange bum hat. Nose of it. Here we go. That doesn't seem like. Yeah, this talk about new stuff. That. There it is. There's a great book called The Now Habit, which I've talked about on the Discord. The Now Habit. I'll look into it. I can't pick up every book that I hear about, but I'll see if it's something I can grab. There must be another way into the building. My goodness. We're just never allowed in here. I think you also spoke about one called Eating the Frog. Yeah. I mostly read fiction. I think it shows. English student and I'll get up here. Not yet, at least. Suppose so. The day's not going by unless I actually do something. I can attach items more easily. Yeah. It is so warm. We're in the middle of spring. My sinuses have finally calmed down. But it's really warm. That's the downside. I was doing some summons in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 earlier, and that led to nothing. I just thought I should mention it. Person there, we haven't been inside here, we might as well. How is everyone doing today? I wonder if, who was it that joined? I think it was Raja Pakele. I think they mentioned they wanted to see some Disco Elysium. I wonder if they'll show up. Recent follower. Every follow helps. I'm not going to downplay the importance of it. This is just a hobby for me, so don't worry about like, oh no, I can't donate. I know some people get into a little bit of a thing about that, but hey, fine. I don't need it. The book collects the national recipes of art. They are all about lake trout. Old sports magazine is tucked away in a dark corner. That is dark. This looks like the store clerk, or owner, one of the two, or manager. That's a curtain. More stuff up here. Books. Yes, what is it? Another boring book. Just discarded here. Okay. Very helpful. I don't understand what the different outline colors imply most of the time. Shelf of paranormal books. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Through the shelf. Amidst the various books you find, one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. Dundas? Dunda? I don't know. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book and many others on the shelf is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. I wonder. Interesting. Leave. Let's take a quick look around, then talk to the storekeeper. Quaint picture. Very colorful. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. Ah, yeah. Let's talk to the store. Hello.
Welcome to crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Plaisance.
My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring
okay, hold
into
on.
this space.
Let me read this message. In chat. No problem, do your own research. I'm also like that. I carefully pick up books and it's like the top book on overcoming procrastination in a sensitive way, at least from the top 3. By the way, I would really advise not to read Eat That Frog. I mean, if you want to, then fine, but it is filled with messages that says, just do it, take it step by step, put strict deadlines. We all heard of this kind of advice and it never works for the long term. Yeah, well, I mean, here's the weird thing. It works in the long term, it's just not feasible to implement in the medium or short term. Or you won't see a difference and then your body will, or your brain will be like, oh, this isn't working. But basically, I think when you're already in a good habit, then that type of stuff will work. It'll compound itself and it'll strengthen your regimen, your routine. But it's not the foundation of one, I don't think. If I can put it into those terms. But yeah. Yay, it's raining, is it? Not sure. In case you didn't know, I didn't. Yeah, it's hurting actually. Okay, be welcome and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into the space. Energy. Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? I feel there won't be an opportune moment to ask later. Never mind, stopped. Yep, that's how it goes. So you're the owner of the store. I'm not gonna beg for money.
The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration. What if I want to buy a book? Here's the little girl standing outside. Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in the science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post, doing her job like a proper girl? Yes, of course. Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Yeah. Great! On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store. 10, she's certainly very polite and helpful. 5, I felt some interest. 1, not impressed. I'm not going to grade a human being, I don't do that. Let's go with that. Just help out the kids, man. My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. She's immediately satisfied with the answer. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. Wow! The one stranger turn around your opinion of your daughter that quickly. Very, very indicative of your own attention span. The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong, and it is quite the trooper. She's a great value add. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. This is so good. Okay, let's change the subject. Well, yeah, eventually you will be acting on this kind of advice, but surely not by being obedient to it. Yeah, these statements clearly miss the core reason for procrastination. I agree. I think you'll be like, oh yeah, I mean, this is logical once you're already in a good in the good habit of things. And I mean, you just need a way to figure out where to start. I think that's the part that people miss. And also, most books on procrastination are written by people who don't suffer from it, at least for the most part. What if I want to buy a book? Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? She fiddles with her pendant, then waves her bony fingers directly at you. See those shelves over there? Go, be drawn. What types of books do you have? Everything is on the shelves. Take a look. You notice her glasses. The shelves compel you, don't they? Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel. She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. Shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about books. Do you even know what books you have for sale? She scoffs. Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose. But you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories. Wait, shouldn't a storekeeper know about her wares? Where do you learn important things? I'm curious about this. I'm passionate about this. And that's why I advocate this book. Oh, great. Maybe I'll look into it as soon as the stream ends. The truth is available if you just know where to look. And you have to open and free your mind to understand. She nods at you cryptically. I hate you. She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved. Farewell for now, book peddler. What's behind you? Is this a reading area? What is this? Closed curtains. You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains? Nothing! Why aren't you browsing the books? She fills with her pendant. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? You ought to. She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. Examine the strange cage-like trinket. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron, assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. From the looks of it, this is a traditional Simonese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges. And who are the Simonese? Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, or Isle de Fantôme. I don't know. Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there's nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtain is right before your eye. Pull open the curtains. Let's do it. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shopkeeper Out once more. Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Her hand is closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous. He looks away, mumbling, why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people? This is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness. I am so sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow it. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers. I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them. Alright, I'll think about it for a while. Continue. I must investigate beyond the threshold. Let's go for that. You do? She grabs her pen again, visibly shaking. My god, even more reasons to not measure the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. I don't care. No, she raises her hand to try and stop you. Please, just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme. Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you as if taunting you. Let's just talk to her. Maybe she'll give us a clue about what's behind them.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biography.
I haven't left. Why are you so uptight about those curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side. I already told you it's a storage room for employees. You've never said that. I didn't really understand the story you wrote about that robot who goes upstairs to his mother and goes on dates. Oh, you read it. Oh, thank you. Don't understand it. Did you enjoy it? Maybe I should ask that question first. Before I can answer any questions you have about it. It has been a while since I've written it, and I have been meaning to touch it up quite a lot. Someone else gave a lot of really helpful advice and criticism that I've been meaning to implement on it. But I'll happily answer any questions you have about it. But I mean, if you enjoyed it, let me know. If you didn't, then that's also a helpful criticism. It means that I didn't write it very well. I should definitely try again. To be honest, I haven't finished it. Okay. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books. If it's just a storage room, then why does it have a 70s warding protecting it? Yeah, let's go with that. Never mind, I was tired. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just for decoration, she wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped smile, then something breaks. You're fine, it's because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything? She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Don't feel pressure. It was 7,000 words. 7,100 words, roughly. Quite a bit to read in one sitting. It was I think 27 manuscript pages, which is like it's probably about 20 printed pages or something along those lines. So yeah, no, I mean it's depending on what kind of reader you are. I mean, even if you don't enjoy fiction, then I can understand why you wouldn't want to read everything. Oh, thank you for telling me that you liked the description of what's going on in the robot. Wait, when did you write it? I wrote it August, probably around August 16th to 20th or 28th, something like that. It took me roughly a week. I think it was between, roughly a week. It was somewhere around there. It was late August. How does this curse manifest itself? Why didn't you just tell me right away if it's the curse? How does this curse manifest itself? A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store. The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease eating at the very foundation. Her voice drops to a whisper. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy. She peers at the curtains again. Ah, I feel that. Didn't that curtain just move? Okay, I'm a little confused. What does that mean? Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy, and their malicious spirits are still here, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here. Lady, I don't want you here either. Sounds familiar. Strange, I feel unwanted too. What does it mean? Truly so? Her eyes narrow as she tries to get a read on your energy. Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you? You shouldn't stay in the store too long, it may be dangerous. I'm actually cool with fiction fantasy. I haven't read fiction fantasy for a long time, but I want to get back to it. Yeah, cool. I've read some fantasy. Depends what you classify. Also, modern fantasy is kind of like, you know, it's always trying not to be fantasy. Unless they're really into it. If you know what I mean. Like, they always try to make it more... It's a fantasy setting, but it's an analogy for real world, so we make it kind of realistic. The Discworld novels are kind of like that. They're really enjoyable, though. I can think of another example. Good Omens is an example of... That's kind of cheating because it's also Terry Pratchett. Anyway, Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman does it. Oh, thank you. I definitely want to do it more often. You know, I did some calculations roughly. If I wrote at the pace that I wrote in that week, I would basically complete 3 drafts of a full-length novel in a year. Which could be equated to 3 novels if the first draft is fantastic. But 3 drafts of novels. I did it. Oh, really? I mean, it was really cool. It was really fun. I had a bit of extra time with like assignments and work and lecturing, so that's why I was probably more able to get into it than I would be. I probably sat down and wrote for about 2 hours a day, something like that. 2 to 3 hours. Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate and see if the curse is real. Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Let the spirits be this so they can return to their slumber. My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective. Convince her to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. Let's go for it. Come on. Yeah, we did it. With all the distractions, it's hard to sit down with yourself and own thoughts. With yourself and your own thoughts. With your phone and laptop next to you. Well, I mean, I typed it on my laptop, and I always keep my phone on Do Not Disturb. Yep. Some people hate that. I don't care. I felt so much more at ease since I put my phone on Do Not Disturb 24/7 a couple months ago. Yeah, definitely recommend it. As one of my teachers once said to me, a phone's not meant for other people's convenience, it's meant for your convenience. So yeah. They're up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like. Ma'am, I came here to help. I've handled paranatural situations before. Are you sure? She looks skeptical. Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before. I've returned from the void, a para-detective from a long line of para-detectives. You're no para-detective, you look nothing like one, and you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but you look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He suddenly picks out his notebook. Go ahead then, rock a world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes. I admit I've had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is psychologically taxing. You see, it's necessary to drink the spirits in order to contact the void and drink the spirits. Ah, that's funny. Well said, but it's way less stimulating than watching a YouTube video. Yeah. Depends. I also deleted YouTube off my phone. Which was difficult, actually. Android phones often stop you from doing that, so I just disabled it. So what I've tried to do, not completely successfully, but what I've tried to do is dedicate entertainment systems to entertainment and work systems to work. So for example, my laptop I tend to do work on, and on my Switch I can watch YouTube as well. So sometimes I watch YouTube on my Switch, or I'll watch YouTube in the lounge, that type of thing. Like I only have WhatsApp. Yeah. I only really use WhatsApp for, in terms of social media. Every other social media thing I have, excluding Discord, or including but also excluding Discord, is used for university stuff. And yes, I do have to use Discord for university stuff. Here we go. Your wards brought me here in the first place. The Simne's blood always also runs through me. I'm the Void Revenant. I have the powers to debad all the bad energies. How do you know all this? One of these will be quite funny. I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been more mere chance. Perhaps you truly are the one to deliver this woman from the doom. But I'm not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You're certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us. No problem whatsoever. Your family is safe. The phantoms are no match for me. Just ask my partner Kim. He'll vouch for me. Let's not get Kim involved. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that always happens for me. She shuffles nervously. If you promise, good officer, then she pauses. You might be our last hope. Do you swear it? A hand on your heart, on my honor. Yes, we got a new task. As if we didn't have enough already. Thank you, sir. A timid sigh of relief followed by a cautious smile. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity. Do not act surprised. You know of these things. Of course, the entity. Close your eyes, for I've sensed its presence. You have, she gasps. The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Do you know that she lives inside the chimney? Chimneys aren't big enough for that. I mean, the passage between heaven and hell, of course, aren't big enough for that. No, this chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Item, key to the bookstore, a bookstore back door. Nice. You weren't even paying attention to the game at all. I have to split my focus. I have two threads running in my head right now. The game story and what we're talking about. Yeah. Sometimes mostly what I'll do is putting music on. Not with lyrics most of the time, but putting music on my laptop in YouTube means that I'm like, okay, I have something playing, so I can't play a YouTube video over that. That's one little trick, I guess. Doesn't always work, but it kind of works. Dedicating my laptop to playing music while I work sort of offline, that works. Seems a bit challenging to be with chat and game. It is, but you get used to it when you've been streaming for a while. I've streamed since May, so I'm a little bit better at it than I used to be. Some unnatural magic, I assume she shivers. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked around. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. You discover in there unbelievable darkness and ruin. What do you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared. I had a few more questions about the curse. Farewell for now. I think that's where we're going to end it for the day. We didn't get that much done in the game, but we did a lot of talking, so it's fine by me. We also found paranormal activity in the game. Excuse me, apparently. And I'm down to clown with that. I recently played Dark Side Detective. That was more of a comedy. But yeah, actually music is very distracting, especially if it's insane. That's true. There is some music that's fine. Baroque music is usually not too distracting to your brain, especially because it's very repetitive and easy to sort of work out. Ambient music, some lo-fi. I do pick music according to how it will distract me or not distract me, so yeah. And but for real, I kind of stop listening to him when I have stuff to do. Yeah, no, I definitely listen to him when I'm in a mood to appreciate music. I definitely don't try to just lump it in with everything else. It's so good, I have to like pay attention to it. As well as other jazz, especially John Coltrane and Miles Davis and that. Although John Coltrane, I mean, when he's taking a 20-minute solo, I'm like, okay, this is still going. But yeah, anyway, that's where we're going to end it for the day. I'm just going to save, and then we're going to end it. I wonder how many of these saves I have to create before I start saving over them. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. The guy's a savant. It's very impressive how talented he is. Let's go to the main menu. So many instruments and so well played. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. I had a good time. I hope everyone else did. I saw we had a few viewers come in and out. And that was cool. If you want to help me out, you can always share the stream around. But no pressure at all. have a good day, everyone. And bro, he was like 17, and yeah, no, I know, it's really impressive. It makes me feel a bit inadequate, but hey, we all learn at our own paces, and we're all still young. Still do plenty. Even if you're in your 50s, you're still young enough to learn instruments and learn music. But yeah, have a good day. Tomorrow I'm going to update the schedule for the week. It's probably going to look a lot like what this week did, so don't expect too much different. Have a good day. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, and goodbye.